It's me, Mario!
SpeedyBee Mario frame assembly and review today. So if you are interested, please subscribe, like, comment, and time to go. Hello everyone, today we will work on SpeedyBee Mario 5 frame assembly. The version I got is XH and with advanced pack. It's a normal quad, not dead cat frame. And let's see what did I get with the frame. Package which came to me contains main frame and extension kit. So the main frame actually 3 plates, a top, middle and a bottom, and 2 sideboards used to provide some space inside the frame to mount capacitor. 4 arms, those arms are equal because it's an XH frame, not a dead cat frame where arms are different. Battery anti-slip mat, 4 motor protectors, 2 mountings for the camera, 1 ELRS receiver module cover, 2 air intakes left and right just to improve air intake by the quad frame. I also got 4 different camera inserts and 2 parts which I don't know what they are for now. So if you know what they are, let me know in the comments down below. I'll find out, but for now I have no idea what are they for. In terms of extension kit and TPU, I have a receiver mount TPU. It's a front bumper, GoPro mount, and antenna mount. Apart from that, we have UFL to SMA wire, like I think it's 8 centimeters, and we have XT60 connector. We also have action camera mount screw and nut, and a bunch of standoffs and other like nuts and bolts to assemble the frame. We will start with adding 2 side plates. This way they will be used to provide some space in the frame to put our capacitor. So those 2. Next we will put arms like this, so you can just mount them this way. And the bottom, just let me remind you, they are fully equal, so you just need to put them all together. And then what we will do, we will screw a middle plate. At this point we have bottom plate, mid inserts which are forming space for storing capacitor inside the frame, and we have mid plate. We also have 4 arms and screws and 3x16 going through the arms just to help to secure them, and we can go ahead with the rest of the assembly now. For the next step we will grab our standoffs. We will grab 2 M3x6 screws to hold rear stands, and we will insert TPU. We have our standoffs and receiver TPU mount installed now. Just make sure it's click on a screw head so it's secured tightly in a frame. For the arm protectors, you can see there are numbers on each protector. 1, 2. I was thinking it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, but unfortunately I have 1, 4, 4, 2. Okay, so something tells me they are identical. And they are not TPUs, they are molded plastic. You can fit them like this, but before we fit them we need to add motors, so we will leave them alone at the minute and continue frame assembly without arm protectors. Continuing with camera cage, we will need M3x12 screws, we will need GoPro camera mount, we can pretty much put it in here immediately. We will need to screw our intakes to our cages. So this one is left and this one is left, so we can screw it like this. We can use a short screw here, and we need to have a longer screws in here. This is left part, and now to the right part. Now bottom part. Next step, if you have camera, you can put inserts in here like this. I think this is for 19 millimeters and that maybe for 20 millimeters. Camera, it's up to you which one to pick. This is how they are inserted. I will leave my frame without inserts for now because I have not decided which camera I will put into the build later on. Overall, this is how the cage looks after assembly, and we can put it on a frame now. We will need two M3x6 screws to secure camera cage on a frame. For the rear TPU, we put XT60 connector in here. A part of XT60 it's used to hold antenna. The frame comes with SMA adapter, so if you have UFL VTX, you can use this cable to extend antenna to match TPU. And we can mount it for now. There is also antenna mount coming with this module, and the purpose of antenna mount is to mount antennas like ones with DJI. So I have this one, for example. We can put it in here, and we can use nuts provided to fix antenna in desired state, something like this. That's the purpose of antenna mount. We had two M3x12 screws left, so we need to screw them in the central holes. They are going through the arms, and they are actually screwed into middle plate. It's just to hold stuff better, and so everything is aligned as well. So the two screws. Now to the top plate. So on the top plate we have anti-slip mat, which we will glue now. Just accurately stick it where it should be. Okay, here we go. And now we can mount the top plate. To fix top plate we need to use 8 M3x6 screws, and pretty much the last thing which is left, and let's do it now. Here we go. I would say assembly complete. Let's do some measurements. We have 6 millimeters for the arms. We have 2.4, 2.5-ish for bottom plate. We have 1.7 for the mid plate, and we have 2.7 for the top plate. Let's put the frame on scales. Just 0. I'll put motor protectors and inserts and those two things. I don't know what they are. And then I'll put the frame, and it would be 175 grams roughly, right? So that's the weight of assembled frame. A few final words on this frame, but before we jump on them, please make sure you are subscribed to my channel. It's easy for you and good for me. Also, your likes and comments are much appreciated. This frame looks like a solid choice for the beginner or even mid-range quad. It's a good value for money, it's very easy to assemble, it looks nice, it has a nice set of TPUs. However, I see the common issue with those frames. They're built to carry some action cameras like GoPros, and the design is built around that. For example, this frame, it's like the TPU is something you must have, otherwise you don't have a camera protection, so you always have to fly with TPU. Also, XT60 mount on the rear this way with this given TPU, I see potential problem here because I can see the trend since Nazgul. So the way how you have to mount your battery is something similar to this, and that way, the way you mount a battery actually shifts way to the back. And now imagine you have some heavy DJI O4 or Voxnail or Moonlight kit in here, so it's even more weight. To compensate it, you need to have a GoPro or any other action camera, but without it your quad will be like flying like this all the time. So you'll have to put more pitch to keep quad let's say aligned to the ground. And also, if you try to compensate weight and put your battery somewhere close to the mid of the quad, that makes tension in XT60 connector, and in case of crash, it will just pop out and you lose your quad if you can't go and pick it up. So I wouldn't go with this way of mounting XT60 connector. At least I would probably put some pigtail out of XT60 rather than mounting it. But I would generally recommend to put something else in here, but not XT60 connector. Also, yeah, I'm kind of, yeah, you can mount this. I was thinking it would be much worse, but you can mount battery in the middle. Also, there is a way to mount battery somehow like this, because you have a way to get your XT60 out of here. But again, just you need to be cautious about how your drone is balanced. So ideally, drone has to be balanced around the central line. And this frame, I think, does everything so that your quad is not balanced around the center of the frame. That's the issue I can see with this frame. I honestly don't like it. I definitely will build that quad, see how it flies, but it will be topic of the next videos. For now, thank you for watching and see you in the next videos.